Hey guys, I'm Sebastian.
I'm Christine.
And this is This Week in Vegas,
the Ninth Island Connection podcast, where we bring you everything happening this week in Vegas.
Simple. Yeah, we're not talking about last week or next week, this week.
Yep. News, events, weather, all that good stuff happening here on the Ninth Island of Las Vegas.
And that one was for you, Jimbo in the house. We appreciate you commenting on our videos. Thank you so much for the support. And continue to watch and comment. We enjoy it.
All right. And before we get into This Week in Vegas and all that good stuff happening, please, if you haven't already, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you are already subscribed to our channel, welcome back. And thank you guys so much for the support.
And one thing we want to talk about, aside from subscribing, is our member section. We've got a member section here set aside. I think it's about $1.99. And that's because we have to charge something in there with the content that we put in there, because this is edited footage from our television show and some extended interviews that we're going to be throwing in there with the likes of Oscar Goodman, his wife, former Mayor Carolyn Goodman, Carrot Top. That's just naming a few. We're going to be putting some behind the scene cuts in there that you won't be able to see on this channel or really any channel, and even our television show, because this is extended versions of interviews. So if you're interested in that stuff, go ahead and join our member section. We're also going to be doing lives, member-only chats beginning in June, where we're going to really give you the inside scoop on what we really feel about some of our experiences here in Vegas. If you're interested, go ahead and join up. If not, that's fine as well. We appreciate you guys.
That makes me a little nervous myself. All right. Anyways, let's get into what's happening this week in Vegas, starting with the news. We did talk about this a few podcasts ago, and then a few podcasts prior to that. There is a new Formula One experience that was scheduled to open, I believe, back in March. It was delayed, and now it is finally officially open. This is located right kind of in, I guess, the closest area would be like Planet Hollywood.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's where the F1 headquarters and their main grandstand is for the F1 race, which is great that they're doing something with that space, because it's a big space. It just pretty much just sat empty all year long until F1 came to town. And you know what? It looks pretty awesome. If you're into F1, that entire experience, and you're not coming for the race, I would definitely hit this place up. It looks like an amazing time.
Yeah. And now we're moving into not so exciting news. The CWIN has decided to postpone their remodeling project. They had all these great plans to renovate the Encore part of the CWIN, but they're going to put that on hold. And this is unfortunately an effect of the tariffs.
Yep. And that's their language. They said because of the tariffs and the expected increase in cost, they're just putting that remodel, that entire renovation is on hold indefinitely. And you know what? That does impact local jobs, because all of the contractors, carpenters, architects, everybody that would have been employed, those jobs are not going to happen now.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that's gonna, although I don't think that the Encore is probably, I don't know, we've never stayed, so I don't know if it's like in need of a remodel, but they like to keep that place pristine. So.
Yes, yeah. So we'll keep you guys updated on that.
Yeah. All right, moving into a topic we love to talk about, beer. Yes,
so one of our favorite spots, and they're probably not even watching this video, is Abel Baker. We talk about that all the time. Because we like it down there. We love the Arts District, and Abel Baker was one of the first breweries to open in the Arts District. And when we first went there, they were one of only two businesses that were open on that entire street.
There really wasn't anything down there, and there was, they opened shortly before COVID. Just, a couple guys who love to brew beer in their garage, and they decided, let's, have a brewery, and, work together, put this place together, and then COVID shut them down, but they fought through that, and they're absolutely thriving. They have Arts District Craft Kitchen in there, which is a great restaurant. I would call it elevated bar food, because it's definitely, and it's got some Asian fusion in there.
It's absolutely amazing.
We love it. If you go there, definitely the wings are amazing. the banh mi. Oh, that's so good. But really,
we've
not a
never
bad
had
thing
anything that we didn't like off of that menu.
Yeah, and they have a huge beer list, all the beers that they brew there, as well as they do have some guest taps, and they have a full bar too. So if you don't like beer, they're one of the breweries where you can get something outside of beer. But anyway, back to look at it.
Why we're talking about. I'm the ranter.
I'm catching your tangents. Jeez.
I'm the ranter. Leave the tangents to me.
Okay, I really do love Abel Baker. It's a great business. Their El Pato Loco, which is one of their beers, it took gold at the World Beer Cup. So I'm not I guess I don't watch the World Beer Cup or I'm familiar with that, but congratulations to Abel Baker. That's awesome that one of their beers took gold. Also, Big Dogs Brewing, which is also a Vegas brewery, they took gold for their Triple Dog Dare beer. Which
is a guest tap on tap in Abel Baker. So you could grab both of them right inside there, as well as Mojave Brewing, which is out in Henderson. They took silver for their cider, for one of their ciders. So congratulations. Those are all local businesses, and you guys know that we love supporting local here in Vegas. And when we travel, one of the things that we do, and we don't show travel videos here, but I always like to sample local craft beers from wherever we are, wherever we're traveling to. Number one, to support local businesses there, as well as just trying some of the local brews in the different parts of the country.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they are a brewery, but they're supporting other breweries there. Instead of being like, no, we only serve ours, they have guest taps. And that's pretty common. You'll find that. I know Huddle does that as well. I just think that that's really cool that it's not just like all the business for me. It's actually a community of brewers working together to kind of,
help support each other, right?
Yeah. Well, that is Brewery Row down there. There's so many different breweries and there's plenty of business to go around. So one of the nice things we've talked about this so many times, but I'm going to say it again. It's such a fun area in the Arts District because you can walk around and go to different breweries because they're all right in one area, different bars, different restaurants, different little shops. All one, kind of like a block, I would call it, area.
Yeah,
you can venture off it a little bit.
It's expanding. Like Cerveza is around the corner. And I love that these aren't corporately owned businesses. They're real mom and pops. And a lot of times the owners are in there. We've met owners of the businesses when we've been down there and got talking to them about their inspiration, really their passion and how they feel about the Arts District, and all positive stories. And like Christine said, it's a real community down there where they support each other. Just because you want to see everybody succeed, at least down there. Which is great to see.
Yes. Unfortunately, someone who's not, or a business that's not succeeding down in the Arts District is the Las Vegas Burlesque Hall of Fame. If you're not familiar with that, or you didn't know, Vegas has, they literally have a museum for everything here. There's like a, what is the one? I can't even think of it.
It's an adult themed, we don't want to get flagged here on our channel, but there's an adult theme museum experience thing that we've actually gone through.
It's very
really interesting. Just do a quick search for that and you'll find it. But there is a museum for everything here in Vegas.
And there is the Las Vegas Burlesque Hall of Fame, of course, highlighting the history of burlesque in Vegas because it is still such a huge thing here. Unfortunately, they are going to be closing their doors July 20th. And, that's just due to reduced tourist visitation as well as recession fears. And unfortunately, there's been cuts to museum funding as well. So they just really can't, it boils down to this business can no longer afford to be open. So if you're interested in checking out the Las Vegas Burlesque Hall of Fame, got to do it before July 20th.
And it's right down there in the Arts District, adjacent to Taverna Costera. So this is something that, if this is happening in your part of town, if you guys have one of these, please let us know. Because I've never heard of a sushi counter and speakeasy cocktail lounge mashup before in my life.
I like it. Sushi counter, good. Speakeasy, good. Combined together, love it. Love
Checks
this
a lot of
concept.
boxes for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And it's in Vegas, which is huge. And it's opening over at the Venetian, which we've been talking a lot about the Venetian lately because of -5, the 1923, the magic show that we've recently been to. And there's an escape room in there. There's just a lot going on in the Grand Canal Shops
Madame
area.
Tussauds.
Madame
places.
Tussauds that we've recently been to. You guys have seen our shorts here on our channel.
You know what? We actually did a whole thing about Grand Canal Shops. We can actually drop a video in the description for this instead of rambling on and on and on about the Grand Canal Shops.
There's like low-key a lot happening over there. And this is another thing. It's a sushi counter with a speakeasy behind it that's going to have cocktails, of course, and a full sushi menu. We're pretty excited about that opening there over at the Venetian.
What I think is really cute is the name. It's Nomikai, which in Japanese translates to drinking party. So,
sign me up.
How fun is that? I mean, what a perfect name for a speakeasy in Vegas.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
because
surprised
that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, yeah. So we're looking forward to checking that place out for sure. All right, moving on down the strip, we can talk about Planet Hollywood.
So somebody did ask about this earlier this week or last week on our channel. In one of the comments, our Planet Hollywood video, somebody was asking about the mezzanine area over there at Planet Hollywood where Chris Angel, Mind Freak is at. There's a new restaurant, Caramella, that opened up over there.
It's kind of that forgotten part of Planet Hollywood because you get in there and you're so like intrigued by, like sometimes there's dancers, there's loud music, there's tables and like slot machines everywhere.
And that's all on purpose.
Yes.
They don't want you looking up or down. They want your eyes on the gambling and the action, and they do a great job of that.
They do. But if you go up the escalator off the casino floor, that's where you hit the mezzanine. And they used to have a couple different restaurants up there.
Yep.
One closed down and was replaced by
Caramella.
Yeah.
That's the one on the end. And they actually have a balcony that overlooks the strip over there, which is really cool. But that's where they opened up a new poker room. So Planet Hollywood Poker Room shut down around 4 years ago. And it just kind of went away. It was just like, I'm open today, gone tomorrow.
Where was their poker room? I'm trying to think back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't even remember where that would have been.
They shut down, and now there's a brand new poker room up on the mezzanine level there in Planet Hollywood.
Well, I'm glad that they're using that space because, I mean, other than Chris Angel when he's performing, there's really not a lot of action happening on the mezzanine level. It used to be.
Their wedding chapel is up there.
Yeah, and their spa is up there. They used to have a lot of concerts.
A lot of shows and stuff up there. We've gone to a couple of them.
Yeah, and they had, of course, I'm going to start crying. They used to have the Diamond Lounge up there, and that was one of the best Diamond Lounges ever. I loved that one. But that is bye-bye.
Yeah.
So
it's great to see that they're using that space. I really can't imagine the cost per square foot that they have to pay to have just that massive empty room up there. So they're putting it to some use, and you don't have to leave to play poker, which is probably just the entire goal of that whole project anyway, is to keep you on the property longer.
You know, I wonder if they'll use it to expand because when the WSOP happens, it came from Rio to Horseshoe and Paris a little bit. Yeah. So I wonder if, because Planet Hollywood is also part of Caesars,
overflow.
If they're going to have the overflow of that, if they're really trying to grow the WSOP.
That's a great point. That's a great point. We'll have to see when WSOP comes to town.
Yeah. Also happening at Planet Hollywood, Steve Miller Band announced that they will be having a concert there on October 25th. Tickets are on sale now.
A couple of announcements back at Venetian. A lot of Venetian news today.
Yeah.
So we've got Seth MacFarlane is over at Voltaire, but not just Seth MacFarlane. It's an entire weekend starting July 3rd, and it's Seth MacFarlane and his orchestra. I had no idea he had. I mean, I know he loves show tunes. If you watch Family Guy, show tunes all over the place. But he has an orchestra that he actually performs with, and they're going to be in Vegas for the weekend, 3 nights. The first night is July 3rd.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I thought Seth MacFarlane was just Family Guy and American Dad and, you know, showed up on roasts occasionally and things like that. So, all right. I mean, if you're a Seth MacFarlane music fan, then this is definitely up your alley and tickets are on sale already. Also happening, Lewis Black will be at the Venetian on August 22nd and tickets are on sale for that.
So moving next door to Fontainebleau, we have the AMAs. AMAs announced a couple months ago that they were leaving LA and coming to Vegas. We've already got iHeart Music, we've got the Billboard Awards, so many music festivals. So it wasn't surprising to see the AMAs moving to Vegas. Country Music Awards happen in Vegas. There's a lot. So the AMAs have officially announced they're going to be at Fontainebleau. J-Lo is going to be hosting, and that's going to be on May 26th. And that's really kicking off Memorial Day weekend. So that's going to be huge here in Vegas.
Yes, for sure. And last but not least of our news, we saved the jackpots. A couple of jackpots, not as many as we usually talk about. Maybe they're...
But this one, I mean, it's definitely big enough to where...
These are a couple decent ones.
Yeah. So the first one is going to be over at Santa Fe Station, which is a Stations casino. And that one is my favorite, so of course I'm going to talk about it. Pai Gow. Somebody got a 7-card flush, and they won $376,000. I love Pai Gow so much because I don't have to do any thinking. It's just social, like you play the cards that you're dealt, and that's it. And you can ask your neighbor, it's a social game, you can ask the dealer, hey, I got these cards here, I'm not sure what to do, show them, and they'll tell you exactly how to play them, or how the house would play them. So it's just such a fun game, and this is like Sure Luck Vegas. And this person won $376,000. Congratulations.
Nice. Very nice. A lot of Pai Gow wins lately.
Yeah, we talked about a lot, like 4 Pai Gow winners last week?
There's been
big jackpots too, really big jackpots.
Consistently Pai Gow. So that might...
So I need to hit the table? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying at all.
That's what I heard.
Anyways, moving on to Caesar's Palace. Somebody was playing Buffalo Diamond.
They just yell at you as soon as you walk in a casino. Yeah. Buffalo! I just walked in the door. Chill out. So
if you're not familiar with Buffalo, there's like, I swear, 100 different styles now. There used to just be like the classics, and then
the old-timey ones.
Yeah, and then Buffalo Grand and Buffalo Gold. But then suddenly it's like Buffalo has like, I don't know, like
there's so
many different versions of it. But in Buffalo Diamond, somebody won $684,929. That's just insane.
That's a lot of Bloody Marys.
Yes, I mean that's a lot of whatever you want. My goodness, like, so congratulations. That gives me some hope for Buffaloes. I've just been playing the wrong Buffalo all this time.
Diamond.
I need to switch to Diamond.
They're a girl's best friend.
Yes, apparently.
So cheesy.
Apparently. Anyways, let's move on to weather.
So it's perfect. I feel like, just based on statistics, that the bulk of the rain is gone for now. Although we do have a monsoon season that we haven't even gotten into yet. And we've already received over a third of our annual rainfall numbers in just 4 days. So I feel like it's going to be a pretty hot summer.
Yes, I think so. But,
so if you're going to...
Last summer was pretty hot as well. So I mean,
yes,
I think just summer in general, you can expect it to be hot. But this is what you can expect for the weather this week in Vegas. Of course, we're all over the place as usual in May, anywhere from, in the 70s to the 90s. That's just, that's specific. You really have to keep an eye on it day to day because it does change depending on what's going on around us. There's no consistency, it seems, until maybe June, maybe end of June. It's then we know where it's just going to be hot forever until the fall. But then again, still cooling down 50s and 60s overnight. So
I love 60s overnight in Vegas because I just love the evening vibes, just being able to explore, being outside, walking up and down the strip. Especially
after when it hits in the 90s, for some people, like we love that temperature, but for some people that's really hot.
Yeah.
So those overnights are nice when it cools down a little bit, but definitely pack a sweater, light jacket.
Because it's freezing. And I have to tell you, in my experience so far, the Link is the coldest casino. The Link is the coldest casino on the strip. And we've been in all of them. And I don't know if maybe they just got a new AC system. We're going to go gamble at the Link. This is not going to deter us. But I have to make sure I have a jacket. Yeah, because that is the coldest spot on the strip.
I think we always have, especially in the evenings, even throughout the summer, just because even though it's hot outside, they crank up the AC. And so some restaurants are freezing, or even the casinos. And if you get under one of those vents, it's just chilly. I mean, for me, for some people, it's a relief. But that's why we always say, bring your jacket with. And people are like, what? It's 100 degrees. And we're like, you know, it's not 100 degrees.
Go inside the link. You're going to wish you had a jacket.
All right. Anyways, let's move on.
All right, guys, let's get into some of the events happening this week. And these are really, May is festival month. So the biggest thing happening all month and happening this weekend is going to be EDC, Electric Daisy Carnival, and that's going to be May 16th to the 18th. Now, this event actually happens at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, which is good 20 minutes from Center Strip.
Yeah, that's North Las Vegas.
North Las Vegas, because they have the space. But the impact is going to be on the Strip, because between the Strip and the Speedway is pretty much desert and some industrial businesses.
And houses, neighborhoods.
Neighborhoods and houses, but you're not going to have hotels and stuff like that. So the Strip is going to be packed with EDC goers, shuttles back and forth. All the ride shares are going to cost more, and it's going to take you longer to get that ride share and get to or from whatever direction you're going there. So expect that this weekend in Vegas.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be busy.
Yes.
Usually when EDC's in town,
we stay home.
We're not in town. It's one of those events that just really just creates and it's great for Vegas, and it's got to be so much fun for people who love, you know, that type of music and those events and stuff. But not us, buddy, not us.
We just stay home to avoid it.
Yeah. All right. Other events happening. Sammy Hagar is back at Dolby Live at Park MGM. He's going to be there on the 14th, the 16th, and the 17th.
Got Dead & Company still doing their thing over at the Sphere, the 15th through the 17th.
And Josh Groban, who is starting a new residency at Caesar's Palace in the Coliseum, he's going to be over there on the 14th, the 16th, and the 17th.
Santana doing his thing over at House of Blues, which is in Mandalay Bay near the Sports Book. And that's going to be on the 14th, 15th, 17th, and 18th.
Wow, lots of nights to catch up.
Yeah, well, he's always here in Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he partially resides here. And that residency has been going on for, 10 years maybe?
About 10 years,
yeah. I feel like that's been ongoing. So obviously,
people like it.
Santana is doing something right, that whole group, Carlos Santana himself. And he loves it. He's such a cool guy.
Well, one of the things that he said about that was that he loves that it's a small venue. And I'm sure that he can draw massive crowds if he wanted to. But he enjoys being able to see the audience and really just appreciates the platform that he has now to connect with the audience and, in his eyes, kind of just give back to smaller audiences and be more approachable.
Yep. Tom Jones will be over at the CWIN on the 14th, the 16th, and the 17th.
We've got Disturbed over at MGM Grand. They're going to be there on the 17th. So opposite of Tom Jones.
Yes, very, very opposite. But you know what? That's Vegas. There is something for everyone, and then a bunch sprinkled in between those polar opposites, right? Katy Perry is back in Vegas, but not at Resorts World. She's going to be over at T-Mobile Arena on the 17th.
And then we've got Carlos Mencia over at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club. Great venue in one of our favorite spots, which is down the Lake Promenade. If you watch our channel, we're always down there. We've actually bumped into quite a few people because they know that we hang out in the Lake Promenade, so they look for us. So if you do see us in that area or anywhere, please say hello. We love to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So back to Carlos Mencia. He's going to be down there at Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club on the 13th and 14th.
All right, a little bit more comedy happening. We got David Spade and Nikki Glazer over at the Venetian on the 16th and the 17th.
They've been traveling together for a while.
Gosh, I think it's been over a year.
Yeah, they've been traveling together for a while. So wrapping up comedy, we've got Jeff Dunham over at Planet Hollywood on the 18th. And we've got the Las Vegas Aviators that are going to be home at the Las Vegas Ballpark the 13th through the 18th. And we really just love that area. You've got Red Rock right there, which is a great property, dining options, great casino, really beautiful property. They've got a great pool too, actually, over there at Red Rock. And you've got the downtown Summerlin area and has one of my favorites, Trader Joe's.
Yeah, lots happening over in downtown Summerlin. I feel like we talk about that every time we mention the Aviators.
It's such a great, it's like the opposite of the Arts District. It's like the Arts District, that's adults. That's adult fun. The downtown Summerlin area, you've got the casino and you've got all of that stuff, but it's more of a family-friendly.
Well, it's in a neighborhood. It's a neighborhood vibe.
Yeah, so it's just like, it's opposites, but you can do them both in one day, actually. You can hit up the Arts District, hit up some of the breweries, have a great time, and then go watch a baseball game and have dinner with the family. I love it.
Yeah. And, this is just everything coming into town this weekend. Of course, all the regular shows are here in Vegas. Your circs, your comedy shows, your magic shows, everything's still going on here. And again, we say this all the time, look at them as small businesses, because that's really what they are. And they need the support as well. So if you're coming into town, that's where you can find some really good deals on those more, I guess, local shows, what we call them.
Yeah,
local
because
Vegas
they're
shows.
like, some of these guys are on 7 days a week.
I know, I don't know how they do it, or have one day
and have
off.
2 shows a night, like Purple Rain, Carrot Top.
Cirque does 2 shows a night.
Cirque is doing 2 shows a night.
Can you imagine doing that physical?
Yeah, it's just nuts.
2 times per night for multiple days in a row.
That's a lot. And these guys, like Christine said, they're small businesses. They're Las Vegas residents, and they really put in work to be down there on the Strip. Yeah.
So we always have to stress that, because people do come into town for all the big events, the music festivals like EDC, the sporting events, and all of that good stuff. All these more like well-known musicians and comedians that come into town, and that's great. They need the support as well. But just again, small shows need love too, right?
Like us, we're a small show.
Yeah, we're a small show. And show us some love by liking this video and watching our television show. Check the description. All right. One show though that I really liked, and we had the opportunity to actually have Terry Fader on our television show. Such a really cool guy.
Yeah.
He has a show. He's been performing, like since 2007 in Vegas, after he won America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And then was at the Mirage for a really long time.
Yeah.
Briefly over at New York. And
well, the Mirage shut down, so everybody left Mirage.
Yeah.
He landed in New York, and now he's over at the Strat.
Yeah. And so the Strat has just this awesome theater where they can do so many more like special effects and stuff. So if you've seen the show before, it's way different than it was at the Mirage or at New York. But just so talented. Like, I don't know how he does it.
Well, to be performing in Vegas for that long, number one, says a lot.
Yeah.
His show is really, there's nothing like it on the Strip.
Yeah.
As far as a residency, there's nothing like him.
Well, he was actually, according to him, he said he was the first really unknown person, just kind of
to be a Vegas headliner.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, who's this guy? Comes and, now he's selling out on the Strip. So if you're looking for a fun show that's fun for all ages, Terry Fader is now at the Strat. And he said he changes his show constantly. So if you've seen him before, there's going to be something different.
And no, this is not a paid partnership. Nothing on our YouTube channel, nothing on our social media is paid or sponsored. This is just based on our experience and our opinion.
Yes. Yeah.
Just to be clear.
We like to share things that we like, because you know what? Other people might like them too.
That's
and
it.
if that's not your thing, then you know what?
There's something for everyone.
There's something for everything, as you pointed out, between Tom Jones and Disturbed.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this one. We appreciate you guys watching. As always, we want to hear from you guys. Are you coming to town this week? Or when are you coming to town? Let us know in the comments. And one thing that I was curious about, where are you guys watching from? Let us know where you're watching from. I just think it's neat to just know where our viewers are. We appreciate you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
Ninth Island Connection highlights Las Vegas businesses, entertainment, events, and activities on and off the Strip, keeping our viewers connected with the Ninth Island of Las Vegas. From local mom and pop restaurants to those owned and operated by top chefs, from kitchen action to the inspiration behind the dishes, we deliver the culinary creations of Vegas. From Las Vegas entertainers and athletes to all of the exciting activities and experiences around the Vegas Valley, we keep our viewers connected with all of the excitement that the entertainment capital of the world has to offer. Of course, we can't forget about the casinos that make Vegas, Vegas. With exclusive tours of the incredible amenities and beautiful accommodations, getting right in the heart of the casino floor action and entertainment, as well as interviews with casino owners, CEOs, GMs, and executive chefs, we bring the Las Vegas Casino into our viewers' homes. Highlighting lesser-known areas like the Fremont East District, the Arts District, and Brewery Row, we bring attention to these small businesses that have become fast favorites in the local community. We bring our viewers a complete Vegas experience. We also invite our viewers along as we venture into the great outdoors of the Las Vegas Valley, sharing short road trips, hikes, and the unique sights found in the Mojave Desert. Great people, great stories, great connections, only on Ninth Island Connection.